Kyle.
Hi, I'm Aaron. I'm going to kick off this segment about security certification and what's coming in the realm of security. Welcome back. Joining us live at Inforce 2025 in Philadelphia. I'm your host, Kyle, security person. This is Aaron, who just likes to apparently mess with Kyle these days.
What's going on, everyone? My name is Aaron Hunter. I'm a principal developer advocate with the AWS Training Certification team. And today we're going to talk about how to prepare for the AWS Security Specialty exam in under 20 minutes. But we also have Shannon.
Hi, everyone. I'm an incident responder with the customer incident response team at AWS. And I've done this several times with Aaron.
Yeah.
We did a show, actually,
I
last
say
year?
power, you say hour.
Last year?
Power.
Power.
But
Power. It was Power Hour.
I see. It's a Hart. Hart. Our VP of Security Infrastructure.
Security.
Hart, do you want to join us? Sit down.
What a coincidence.
What a coincidence.
Everybody, what are y'all doing here?
Oh, just,
Talking
bringing
about
the why to the party.
Right on, right on.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Yeah?
Oh.
So what brings you into the realm of Reinforce in the expo floor?
Well, security is really everybody's
Let's go and bring your
responsibility. We gotta
microphone
flip
right
it.
here. Yep, there we go.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Technology.
There we go.
There we go.
Technology.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Hart Rossman is the VP of Security Infrastructure here at AWS. And Hart, what brings you here today?
Well, security is everybody's responsibility.
Yes.
And in this day and age, we build with security as a top priority. And everybody has an opportunity to learn how to do security better, to help raise the bar for their organization and their customers.
Absolutely. And with certifications, there's like a lot of value add for like career growth and let's say even maybe increase in salary. Depends on what the employee and employer negotiations are there.
Absolutely. One of the things that we've seen consistently actually for years now is that, well-qualified, experienced security professionals really have unbounded opportunity in the marketplace, right? They've got the ability to work across any industry and to rise, from a junior and an intern position all the way up to a senior executive.
Absolutely. And with the certification also, something that I see across every single certification is security.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Now-
I agree.
Yes.
Yeah, and with the security specialty certification, I've always heard of the different philosophies of, what about certifications? Do they really matter? And I think it really, one, it provides that baseline of knowledge, but it also provides you an opportunity to learn more. Like I just went through the Solution Architect Professional exam, and I was like, I thought I knew everything, as much as I wish I could say I know everything, but I learned so much more beyond the scope of what I do on a day-to-day basis, to where it's almost like now a fun challenge. It's an addicting challenge to like start getting more certifications to drive that learning. But then also like it's a tangible, it shows I put in all this hard work.
Mm-hmm.
I have this knowledge and I've demonstrated it. So what can I do now to contribute to the community as a whole with this newfound knowledge that I have?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I find that also when you're doing these certifications, you get inspiration from them. There are several times where I've been working on a project with my team, and because I'm also studying at the same time, I'll go through the certification and I'll be like, I totally forgot about this service. I totally forgot about this integration or this feature. I'm going to use that. I'm going to leverage
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think more than ever, what is important is the different modalities of learning. You have those that can be classroom learners. You could have those that they could watch a video and then just like have the concept. And then you have those that are like hands-on, give me a wrench and a bunch of tools and instructions, and then that's how I'm going to retain that information.
Speaking of hands-on, we're going to do AWS SimuLearn here in just a few minutes, but I have a question for Hart.
Yes.
So I have a favorite service. I know Kyle has a favorite service and Shannon has a favorite service, but what is your favorite AWS security service?
I got to tell you, it gets harder and harder every year as we launch more and more services and features. I have to admit, I'm very excited about the AWS Security Incident Response service we launched very recently at reInvent in 2024. Customers really appreciate the value we provide there and the expert service we provide both in the technology and the people. I also have to tell you, though, I've been spending a ton of time lately in Q and Bedrock.
Yes.
And as somebody who is technical but doesn't always have the opportunity to be hands-on keyboard,
Yes.
it makes it super easy to be a builder again.
The vibe coding, I think is what I've heard.
Yeah, that's what
I bring the vibes.
the kids say these days.
Absolutely.
Well, Hart, I know you're busy. You have a lot going on today. Do you have time for a few more minutes here?
Yeah, definitely. Hang on. I'm actually super curious. Shan, what's your answer to that question? What's your favorite security service these days?
Oh gosh. I feel bad if I didn't say it was my own service, but I'm so impressed with GuardDuty.
Oh, yeah.
I'm always impressed with GuardDuty and what they're constantly launching, what they're constantly striving for threat detection.
Yes.
They've got so many incredible features on there, and I cannot stop talking about it.
I like to think of GuardDuty as a guard dog.
Oh, that's a
It's
good
the
one.
guard dog of our services and our applications and our environments. Kyle rolled his eyes. Kyle, what's your favorite service?
Well, I mean, of course, the security incident response service, but I lean towards the detective services for our customers to use, like Inspector, GuardDuty, Guard Dog Aaron. But really looking at actually any security service that allows a customer to operate with confidence in a secure manner quickly, so they
Yes.
can start building the cool stuff and have the heavy lifting of doing the security thing in a secure way just kind of lifted off their shoulders is fine in my book.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I won't say my favorite service because, well, I will. So my favorite service is Amazon S3, but that's only because it's secure by default and you can store your objects, your videos, your images, everything for your websites. But I was at an AWS community mixer last night talking to AWS heroes and community builders, and they all told me, a lot of them told me that their favorite service is Amazon Inspector.
Really?
Which is exciting because Amazon Inspector is dropping some new features today, so I'm excited to
Super
announce
cool.
those in about an hour here. So,
Oh, that's so exciting. So you guys better tune in for that.
yeah.
I'm going to tune in for that because I want to know.
I want to know.
Well, it's the supercharger container security, and we're going to talk all about Amazon Inspector there too.
You know, and I
Love
think
it.
we've talked about, you know, what we love about security and the certifications, but
Should we
for
talk about the
those
cert
that
itself?
want to prepare for
Yes.
the security specialty certification, this is something that's near and dear to my heart because we have done a lot of content
You
around
have.
security power hours over the last 2 years.
You have.
But now, Aaron, what is new in the realm of the security specialty
Well, first, I got to
certification?
say thank you to Hart because I know Hart has to jump over to the security live stage here pretty soon. So, Hart, thank you so
Well,
much for
thank
swinging
you.
by and jumping on.
Cool. Thanks for being an awesome partner, getting the education out there. You know, between the security specialty and then the newly announced Security Champions
Yes.
skill builder program.
Yes.
It's just phenomenal opportunity to level up as really anybody who wants to do computing in the
You can
cloud.
get a badge for it too for Credly, so you can show it on their LinkedIn. Yeah.
Super cool. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you,
Cheers.
Hart, so
Thanks,
much.
Hart.
Bye.
So now, the security specialty certification
Yes. Let's go ahead and
is
pull my
one of
screen up.
the many of the specialty certifications we have. We also have, DevOps, and then databases
Administration.
and networking.
Yeah.
But specialty for security, I'm biased. We're at Reinforce, so let's get into it.
Yep. So here we see.
Let's bring up the screen.
Let's bring up the screen.
Bippity
Let's do
boppity.
it.
All right, so the AWS Certified Security Specialty certification is one of several certifications that we have, but this one is specifically focused on just security, even though all the other certifications have a domain or an area that's focusing on security. So Shannon, real quick, if you can maybe walk us through like this 4-step plan, and I'll go ahead and get that over here.
Sweet.
Wait, hold on. How to get to the 4-step plan? Oh, it's on the page. Duh. So right here under this 4-step plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's do it. So let's open that up.
Let me see your 4-step plan.
Let me see your
Wanna
4-step plan.
4-step plan.
4-step plan. Okay. Oh, it actually isn't the 4-step plan. Looks like it's
Okay.
maybe just the security specialty information, all the details about the certification here. All right.
I like it.
So I see that we have certification exam prep. We have builder labs focusing on just the
We
security
do.
specialty.
And you can see that you also have specific domains as well. So
Amazing.
So if you've taken your specialty and you didn't pass, which is totally fine,
Yeah.
you will be told where you need to focus. And this is a really good opportunity for you to focus on specific domains that you might not be too comfortable with, or you need some little bit more practice, and that's okay. So we split it up into specific preparation, so domains and specific labs for those
Yeah.
domains as well.
Yeah.
So
If I go to the second page here, what else do we see? We see domain 4, like you said, these different domains, and then even domain 6. There's so many domains.
and then we also have an exam prep summary as well.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay. And then I see that we have the option to download the exam guide.
I would 100% do that. I totally recommend going through the exam guide. It's almost like your own little cheat sheet, but also
Yeah.
you're like, it helps you understand what to expect. And that's kind of, it's such a cool tool to have when you know what to expect, when you know what to do when taking an exam. I'm terrible at exams. I get exam anxiety. So this really helps me, kind of like a checklist of
Yeah.
going down through the exam guide and just understanding what do I absolutely need to understand in order to pass this exam.
You know,
What's go
the
ahead.
other bit about these is it's also putting it into just plain words as to like what is it that you're going to understand and know once you achieve this certification as well. So it's
Yeah.
like, you know, when my mom asks, Kyle, what is it you say you do at work? It's like, well, here's, you know,
Read the exam guide, Mom.
read the exam guide, take the certification. Can you imagine if I got my mom to take the
Wait, hold on.
specialty cert?
Is it RTFG? Read the freaking guide?
Yes.
Okay. RTEG, read the exam guide.
Read the exam guide.
Okay, got it. Now, with that exam guide, like I said, or like you said, it's all broken down by domains. We can see the trainings here. But looking at this 4-step plan that we're going through, when you click on that link on the main landing page, this is directly within Skill Builder training. And what I
Yes.
like about that is there's a lot of different options. Like, let me go over to this other page. How many pages do I have open?
Yeah, and
So-
then we actually have a question in the chat. Can anyone complete this AWS Security certification?
I think it's possible for anyone to complete it. You just
Yes.
need the right skills and knowledge. And if you don't have the skills yet, then you can use Skill Builder or even CloudQuest, for example.
Yeah.
Yep.
What is Cloud Quest?
What is CloudQuest? Well, it's a quest in the clouds.
I hate.
No, it's a game-based learning experience. That way you can actually get some hands-on experience and go through this virtual environment. There's a giraffe running around. There's a gorilla running around. But besides like all the fun there, you really get these solutions or these assignments that you get to
Yes.
practice. And if you don't have that hands-on experience, the cool thing about CloudQuest is, yes, you do require a Skill Builder subscription, but you have an account that you can actually jump into. Now, on top of CloudQuest,
An AWS account that you could jump into.
that it's not their account. We provision it for them, so that way
Oh.
it's very little risk. They don't have to worry about like the right
Cost.
permission. Cost is a big one, yeah. But on top of that, there's SimuLearn.
Okay.
This is like
This is new.
this is like CloudQuest and like a level up. This is like
I'm on
this
a
is
new
pretty
level.
cool. Yeah, it's
I'm on a new level. Okay, so this is Cloud Quest, SimuLearn.
yeah.
Sorry, I totally interrupted with
I want
song,
to dive
but
into this.
yes.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Yeah, so SimuLearn right here. Shannon, do you know about SimuLearn already?
I've played around with SimuLearn a little bit. It's almost like having when you're in SimuLearn, instead of running around in a city with CloudQuest,
Yes.
you have a real world or close to real world simulation. You're talking to certain personas, you're having conversations, you're deciding on the type of solution that you want to implement. And you also have an AI assistant as well that you can ask questions to get maybe more details or ask them about specific services that could help you in this situation. And you're building out a solution.
Yeah.
It's the coolest thing. So I'm terrible at architecture,
Okay.
but this really helped me build out my idea that I'm doing with my team, and it helped me get more comfortable with how services are integrated together and some things that I didn't think about.
Yeah. And like so you and Kyle both work with customers, just like a lot of our employees do, and even the people across the world here watching us live. When you're working with customers, you're having these conversations and you're trying to figure out like what is the use case, what services might be good, and that's what SimuLearn really tries to. Let's go ahead and jump into SimuLearn here. Securing APIs. I'm gonna go ahead and resume, and boom, there we go. So with SimuLearn, there's two different modes. There's scripted mode. So in case you need some more guidance, it tells you exactly what the customer's use case is, what the recommendation is, or you can go with open dialogue. So
Yeah, that's
Kyle?
more of a challenge, that one.
it is more of a challenge. Now, Kyle, here, let's say you're John Doe. So you would say like, hello, I'm happy to have you, to have, I can't read.
Hello, I am so happy that you have come to help. My team is busy developing prototype application that we want to demo soon. However, our new compliance officer found some security issues. Can you suggest a solution for us?
Thank you for reading because I can't. So then I'll say, sure, I'm happy to help. What's the issues? And like, we'll hit send. Now, this is scripted mode. So the customer, John Doe in this case, is the customer, and they're saying, hey, this is the problem, this is the challenge, this is what we're trying to do. And then us, as the security experts, are trying to understand what the issues are and then provide these recommendations.
See, and I think this is really cool because it's taking like practical application and then applying like your learning to a different scenario instead of just consuming all of the acronyms and what each service does. It's
Yes.
like, okay, how do you actually apply this to a real world scenario?
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Yeah, it's like going through some of the. So if you go through some of the prep exam questions,
Yeah.
right? These are the type of scenarios that you might see, and then like this is how you would do it instead of
Yes.
just vocalizing and trying to figure out like mentally how it's supposed to be done. This actually gets you doing the thing.
Absolutely. Now let's level up a bit here and say this is scripted dialogue, but we want to go ahead and go over to open dialogue and actually type some stuff and understand what's happening and really evaluate. Well, I got to accept these terms and conditions here, so accept and really evaluate like what is it that we're doing. It's all generative AI based, and that way, like, let's zoom in a bit. Hi there, welcome. I heard you are an AWS specialist. Could you please help me determine the best use cases for the best services for my company's needs? And I asked, what are your company's needs? And here it's evaluating the responses to figure out what kind of communication skills, customer focus, problem solving skills, and so forth. So we're trying to figure out like what this problem is and what the right services might be to fit within this architecture diagram.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That is.
See the architecture diagram. These are things that like
This is next level.
it's
like,
yeah.
Shannon even
Exactly.
has a sticker that says level up on her laptop.
I do.
Nice.
I do. It's right here.
Amazing. Love it.
What I'm really appreciating about this is you're bringing in the real world applications, but also like, hey, are you communicating effectively about these different types of solutions?
Yeah, exactly. And we can go ahead and skip the meeting here just to like take a look at what that looks like.
Oh, real world examples.
Real world examples, I know. Now here we can go ahead and just continue through, and here's that architecture diagram that we were looking at. But what if I still don't understand what one of these services are? Because you can use Amazon Cognito user pools. Well, we can go to the assistant here, and then we can ask, hey, what's the purpose of using Amazon Cognito user pools? And it'll spit out the response using generative AI. So pretty powerful.
That is really awesome. So where can folks go to learn more about SimuLearn and the security specialty? Hey, look at that dude.
Yeah. So
Look at the dude.
I got one more thing for you here. So if you want to learn more, if you want to see Shannon and Kyle alongside their friend Irio, you can watch AWS Power Hour on Twitch. We'll have a link in the chat. But essentially, you want to go to the main landing page here for the Security Specialty certification, and then jump directly into that 4-step plan. Check out CloudQuest and SimuLearn directly in Skill Builder, and stay tuned for more from OnAir.
Well, thank you, Aaron. Take it easy. See you in a bit. Stay tuned. Reinforce 2025 Philadelphia.